Hello everybody, welcome back to Bedrock Survival with Fix, with episode 157. Believe it or not, just last episode, none of what you see here before you was there. Well, the walls were, but I'm talking about all this farmland, all these custom rows, this customized pond down here, these trees which are not completely fully groomed yet, and this one over here used to be kind of a lake. That wasn't finished. I mean, it was a big episode last time, and I hope you enjoyed it. So here we are back, and today, as advertised at the end of last episode, I do want to get into these castle walls properly here, and the goal is going to be to work on from, let me grab my cursor, there we go, from this tower the entire way around over to here to there. Not do this yet, we'll do that at a later date, and not go across the river yet. Again, that will happen later as well, because I want to decide what I'm going to do with the docks and what I'm going to do with that side of sort of the river divider yet. I don't know exactly what that's going to be yet, so I got to kind of think it through. But take a look at all this goodness down here. Oh man, it's so nice. So to do this over here, I'm going to need two things. I'm going to need a lot of cobblestone, and I'm going to need a lot of cracked stone brick. For now, and then eventually I'll need a lot of spruce, because we're going to copy this design right here exactly. We're going to do exactly this design, not minus the wood. That's kind of we'll do some of that, like little scaffolding sort of things. I think those add a lot and are really cool. But yeah, so I'm going to need andesite in the bottom, a lot of cobble, a lot of cracked stone brick, and then a lot of spruce up on top. Yeah, it's a lot. It's gonna be a lot of stuff. So I have two shulkers here. I think I have another one down here. Let me grab my shulker, and I'm going to go under the mountain. And I don't know if you remember. I don't even really know for sure if I showed it on camera, to be honest. But I went and I got three more beacons. I now have 4 total beacons in this. No, I have 5 total beacons, not counting the Mesa beacon. So I got beacons. It's Beacon Palooza here. And so I'm going to set up all 5 of those beacons underneath the mountain, so that way I don't run out of juice, and I'm going to go to work, okay? I want to pop in before I get this entire thing done, and I just want to show, because if you're doing a building like this, a build with this sort of like haphazard sort of outer skin, if you will, this I've found after doing this a few times in various worlds and various builds and things that I've done, this I have found is definitely the best way. Go through and do all your stairs at various heights. That way you can see the line and see if there's too much repetition or not very quickly. Then come back in with the block that you want to be less frequent, which for me is the polished version of the andesite block, and then finally just fill it in with your other block, your regular andesite or whatever have you. Maybe it's not the best, but I'm telling you, I've done this quite a bit, and putting the stairs in afterwards takes a lot longer, and a lot of times the lines they're like too symmetrical, and it kind of messes you up a little bit. So that's my 2 cents anyway. Oh yeah, it's starting to feel like a real build. Really like it. Like the randomization. I did kind of walk around it once and make sure that it's spread out fairly equally and that there's no very obvious patterns, and I think it's pretty good. So the next thing I want to do, now I've made a couple decisions about this episode in particular, because I really want to get back to working on the Guardian farm. I'm kind of itching to get my hands on some prismarine. Specifically, I'm itching to get my hands on some dark prismarine, to be exact, but that's not going to be quite yet. I'm going to have to kill these dudes. So what I want to do this episode, the entire plan for this episode, is get the walls built. And I'm talking about only the walls between these towers, like this little segment, etc. Not any of the towers. We'll come back and do the towers at a later time. But that's still quite a bit of building, and I'm going to need a lot of smooth stone and stone brick stairs and full blocks to make this happen, because the pattern that I'm going with is I go randomly, either one stone brick stair going down, or I skip an extra block and then put a full block over it. It's kind of easier to see sort of in action, but let's go over here, do a little flyby, and go take a look at the other wall so you can really see sort of the idea. I tried to make it really, really random and not really, not an obvious pattern. So here you can just see it's just randomly mixed up. Then every time, or not every time, but some of the times that I go down 2 blocks, then I put down a spruce stair in addition. And so that actually makes the walkway 5 wide, which is good for a walkway. So this wall actually is kind of weird the way I'm doing these walls, I think, but it's only 1 thick. at the middle, which, look, if there were actual siege weapons and things in Minecraft, that'd probably not be so good. But for our purposes, I don't think you can really tell. It's only 1 block thick here, it's 3 blocks thick in the bottom, and it's 5 blocks thick up in the top. But I don't think it's very obvious. I don't think, like, when you look at it, even when you walk under it, let's take a little walk under here and see what we think. Like, when you walk under this little bit right here, I don't think that you necessarily feel like that is only 1 thick. I think it just kind of feels like a wall, because when you look up here, you see it's multiple thick just to get through the bottom. And yeah, so I think it kind of works. So the next plan, what we got to do is I got to go mine an inventory or 4 of smooth stone / stone brick, and then we'll come back here and I'll start working on that sort of upper walkway area. Let's take a quick little look here. I just got a little sleep and I finished this part. It's not too shabby. I think it's a nice randomization of this entire little area here. This creeper's coming to eat my face. Oh, jeez! Who got a little cocky? This guy did. All right. Well, let's see if I can take out the cow safely. All right. So yeah, it's okay. It is all right. I think it's going to be pretty good. The next step that I have, I don't know why I take so much time to do all the texture variation that I do up here, because most of it's going to be covered in spruce, especially the ones that dip down, 2 blocks. But regardless of this, yeah, it's cool. The walls are starting to come together. I think they're really nice looking walls, to be honest. Now, there's a texture back problem that I've discovered here. The cracked stone brick right now is using the same texture variations as regular stone brick, you see? These are all cracked stone brick. So this could be something I'm going to look into. If you have the texture pack, just hang out with it. The only thing that seems to be broken right now is cracked stone brick, and I will get to that. I'll get to that change here in the next release here. So, but yeah, keep using it, just trusting that it will eventually come back to being cracked stone brick yet again. Okay, so yeah, let's take a look at out here. I think it's pretty nice. Yeah, starting to get that feeling of that this is like a major medieval city wall, right? Let's do one little fly up here before we cut to go get all the spruce, because I'm gonna have to go over here behind the diorite castle and grab a whole ton of spruce. Not Bruce. Yeah, it's nice. It's very nice. It's very nice. Okay, well, time to go chopping some trees. Well then, what do we think? Oh man, I think it's coming along nicely. That's a big improvement for a singular episode, is it not? I can't believe that we're at 7 episodes after the world tour and we have this entire new sort of development happening over here. I love it. I think it's super cool. Let me land here and just get a bird's eye view of it. But yeah, look at that. Look at freaking that. None of that was there at the last world tour. That's really amazing and hard to even sort of wrap my head around. So, I don't know what we're doing next time. I'm sort of in a place where I'm kind of between episodes now, so I'm going to really think it through and decide where I want to go. I kind of feel like doing some building, even though I just did some building with the castle walls. That is kind of like a landscaping grinding thing, because there's no real building there, even once I do the towers. That's not a lot of building. That's... I'm thinking maybe I want to start adding in some houses to this area and something like that. Maybe even boat, I don't know, or the docks, or just venture over there and start throwing some houses in some of these other places we've been thinking about. There's so much possibility. I'm so inspired and really supercharged to do a whole lot of building here in time, and just how nice it's looking is really sort of helping to inspire that. But yeah, I'm really happy that we're essentially doubling the size of my entire kingdom here in the last few episodes, and it's gonna be fun to get some houses and stuff put in there. But that's not gonna happen now. So the day I'm recording this, the Pittsburgh Steelers, my beloved Pittsburgh Steelers football team, went to 9-0. So rest of the NFL, eat our dust. And if you don't care about sports, fine, no problem. I'll see you next time. Love y'all. Bye, everybody.